So much, Bella, for that update. Right now, we want to get to Rania Kaur. She's out near Garner State Park. Rania, I can see the weather coming down around you as well.
Audrey, yeah, we just arrived here to Garner State Park, and as you can see, it's been quite a heavy rain ever since we arrived here in the Concan area. With me is Brett Rimkus, who is not just a first responder, but also the concessionaire here at Garner State Park. Tell me, Brett, what's the concern at this point here at the park and in Concan?
Well, in the general area, we've had a couple of days of big rains out here, so the ground is saturated, and our concern is flash flooding, crossings that are going on. So our concern is keeping everybody safe, and we're really watching, all these areas because it's very saturated land. So any amount of rain that happens right now is going to cause the water to rise, especially on low water crossings. And so our job right now is to keep everybody safe, keep them where they need to be on high ground, and just make sure they're safe going back and forth from the area.
At this point, Concan has not issued any evacuations. Why is that?
Well, because we're just getting people to higher land. The worst thing that you can do right now, especially in the dark or these times, is start traveling and going down roads you don't know where you're going and all that kind of stuff. So really what we're having people do is stay where they're at. If they're at a safe elevation, we're really asking people to stay there because there's no need to start traveling, and let the waters rise, let them come back down, and then we'll make sure it's safe for them to drive back.
Speaking of safe elevation, we have camps here right now.
Yes, so there's a lot of campers in the park right now. Texas Parks and Life was real good about going in there and notifying everybody what was coming in. We've been very informative of the camps up and down the river, letting them know what's going to happen, and working with the National Weather Service. So we've been on top of things. The Concan Fire Department, Real County Sheriff's Department, Uvalde County Sheriff's Department, and the Frio Canyon EMS and Fire Department. So right now, everything is looking good. We're just going to watch this weather and hopefully ride it out for the next couple of days.
Here at Garner State Park, the biggest concern is the river rising. What have you told those campers about potential evacuations? What is their protocol once this river does start to rise to where they're at?
Okay, if it comes to that point, we do have a plan in place to get them to a higher level. We will not be pulling people out of the area, but really just moving them up to a higher level where the water will not get to. All the camps along the river, Texas Parks and Wildlife here in Garner, all have places where they can put the people to make sure that everybody is safe and can ride this out safely and not get injured.
With this amount of heavy rain that we have received here in Concan, tell me about the situation in Concan itself.
Okay, so we had a lot more rain south of here. The rains are coming up from Uvalde. Uvalde has had a lot of rains going down towards D'Hanis and Sabinal. Concan had a lot more rain than we have up above it. They have a 12-foot rise, which is down at Neil's Cafe, down in Concan. And so we're watching that right now. We're watching some of the creeks that are going into Concan, and the backflow of some of the stuff that's coming up from Lakey is now going to start going in there. So we're going to keep a close eye on it and make sure we watch all the levels as we go in throughout the day.
You've been here for quite a long time. When was the last time you remember it being like this and to come up with the plans like this?
So actually it was a year ago. So we had February 14th. It was right after Guadalupe happened, and we have this. We've been exercising this for a long time. Since 2002, 2004, we had major floods that were out here. And so we've implemented a lot of standard operation procedures that are out here, working with the Concan Fire Department and making sure that everybody's on the same page. Technology has been wonders out here. We're able to sit there and communicate with radars and phones and all that kind of stuff. So it's made a big difference these days as opposed to the old days where you didn't have that kind of technology.
What's the biggest thing you want people watching at home and those in this area to know?
Well, if you're driving, make sure you go to drivetexas.org, which is a great asset to make sure your road closures are not there. But don't go anywhere you're not supposed to. Do not go around road signs. Stay in place and ask the people in the area. Everybody knows what's going on in this area. Everybody's well informed. Just make sure you talk to them and reach out to us if you have any questions, and we'll make sure that you stay safe.
Thank you so much. And for now, Audrey, I'm sending it back to you.